These are 5 thoughts that you need to hear today. Responsibility over blame. Not everything happening to you is your fault, but it is your responsibility to manage these situations. This means taking charge of how you react and address situations in your life, regardless of their origin. Along the way, you will be put in situations that we don't like or are uncomfortable, either if it's tragedy or misfortune. This is life. This is the environment that we live in. But if this happens in your life, you are responsible for everything, whether it is mental health, social life, and so on. These reactions you have in life, I know it's really hard to think about things that aren't your responsibility, but you will have to deal with them. Also, if you have a passion, this basically means to find a hobby that you enjoy so much that you spend hours and hours and getting better at it. Take responsibility and don't ever quit something just because it's hard. You can even quit a crappy job if it's not the right fit for you, but you never quit solely since something is difficult. You need to embrace these challenges and look for opportunities to improve yourself mentally, physically, and also spiritually. The beauty of life is that we are meant to experience the full range of human emotion, whether it is happiness, to anger, to jealousy, to despair, or to joy. We couldn't feel genuinely happiness if we never knew what it was to be sad. And if I could talk to whoever is seeing this face to face, what I would say is something simple. Don't quit. And maybe a quote from Winston Churchill that kept me going as well through times when I had nothing left. He said, if you're going to hell, keep going. Self-support leads to ease. Life becomes easier when you're on your own side. Loving and respecting yourself first enables you to give more to others. Conversely, self-disdain leads to seeking external validation, which is an unsustainable source of self-worth. What I can tell you is this: develop your integrity. I can't even explain how much this will increase your self-respect. Be honest, be trustworthy, don't cheat, and live with honor. Probably another thing that I can say is to think less about yourself. The idea behind this is think less about yourself, but not less of yourself. In other words, think about other people before you think about yourself, especially your family and loved ones. If you're focused on helping them with their problems, I can promise you that your problems will become less important and less troublesome. Look for opportunities to help others and make them feel better about themselves. Nothing lifts you out of struggles that you're going through better than helping someone out with theirs. Entitlement versus effort. You need to remember that nobody owes you anything. That can include success, relationship, status. Remember that entitlement leads to frustration and stagnation, whereas focusing on self-improvement and adding value leads to genuine progress. Take risks and don't let fear of failure stop you from trying something new or something great. Pursue even an ambitious goal, one of that a lot of people don't believe you can achieve. It doesn't matter if you fail, because no matter what the pursuit of an ambitious goal is, you will make you a better person and give you fulfillment. With that being said, do your best to succeed. I know it's not easy, and having bad days is normal. And what I can tell you is not to have a good day, but sometimes, just have a day. That's it. So go on and give that day to yourself. Live purposely and have a direction for your life. And even if you don't already have one, make one. Decide what's the most important to you and live accordingly. If you have a family or even a single loved one, your first priority should be to provide for them, to protect them, and to help them become the best versions of themselves. Create a supportive environment. The importance of surrounding yourself with positive influence and supportive community, it's a lot more rewarding, because every time you tried, you need to decrease the amount of negativity that you get in your lives, whether if it's your job, your friends, or even the people in your life that don't believe in you, because you don't need negativity on a daily basis. You need people that will be there for you, and you need to nurture that environment so you get into this supportive group. Some people are genetically predisposed to having a harder time throughout their day, and this in many cases might lead to depression, but I believe there's nothing you can't overcome with a strong mindset. In addition of cultivating a strong environment, I do believe that going to that stage of your life and having such terrible lows actually gives you the capacity to feel even greater happiness and joy. The reason I say this is because when you feel genuinely joy after being down for so long, you can't help but feel so much grateful. Optimism and perseverance. Regardless of current circumstances, everything will be okay, or in many cases it will fall back into its place. Maintain compassion for yourself and others, and also take responsibility for your happiness and growth. And I can promise that perseverance through adversity leads to valuable lessons and personal development. Don't let other people ruin your day. Ruin it yourself. It's your day. You earn that. Also, if you study history, for example, try and pick a role model and then analyze the traits of your role model and make a list of that reason of to why you admire them. Then if you can, start to emulate these traits in your everyday life and eventually you will become your own role model. Do things that genuinely you get scared of or you're afraid of. Even little things such as climbing onto a roof and helping out to put Christmas lights if you're afraid of heights, for example, or even going up to that cashier girl and asking her for a number or saying hi or thanks. Try that. Never put yourself down. Try not to think negative things about yourself and especially never say them out loud, because this ego will hit yourself in the gut, and when you're down it will hit you the most. You will think more highly of yourself when you say positive things about your own self. At the very least, avoid putting yourself down, especially on purpose. Now, what I can tell you as a dude who went through a lot of things, here are some most helpful things that I can think of at the moment. Everything in life can be and is meant to be an opportunity to make yourself better. In certain cases, depression can kick in, and that is no exception. Keep fighting. All of you are descended from people who did so many great things, no matter what your culture or country you are from. You wouldn't be here today if you weren't able to conquer that spirit of your ancestors. Live a life that you would make them proud. While most of us will not fight in a physical war, no one is exempt from the battlefield of life. Depression or other lower ends of the spectrum can be a battle every single day and every single second in some cases. What I can tell you is keep fighting, because this will only get better. The more you fight, the more you will gain respect for yourself. I've conquered my demons in the past, but every now and then it will start to try and creep back into my mind. But I don't let it. What I do is I destroy those feelings with action. I go lift some weights, I go for a run, I listen to metal music, whatever it takes for me to regain my confidence. You can also conquer everything, no matter how severe it is. That doesn't mean you never have days where you feel down, but that also doesn't mean that you'll have the strength to push through and do what you need to do, regardless of how you're feeling. Stay strong, stay hard, and fight like there's no tomorrow. You're going to be very glad you did, and your future self will be proud of you.